That's what they hope to be shouting someday from the Texas Bullet Train.
Texans have a can-do pioneering spirit. We have a rich history of doing big things. The Texas Bullet Train is the next big thing.
This is such a game changer that it will continue to attract people from all over the globe right here to the city of Houston.
The mayor announced the deal to bring the train to town in August of 2017, 18 months ago.
The Bullet Train will create 10,000 jobs per year during construction, which will probably start in 2019. It will start in 2019. You know?
Funny, it's now February 2019 and not a lick of construction has started. In fact, Mayor Turner hasn't even given Texas Central the right to even bring the train into our city limits. No approval of the right-of-way they need. Time to ask, how come? And it's also time to ask, who's getting on the money train? In 2016, Texas Central was stocking up on execs. And look at one of their choices, Marvelette Hunter of 3D Vision Consultants. Her company had paid Sylvester Turner's law firm tens of thousands of dollars. She was part of his transition committee too. And months later, she'd become his chief of staff. Just a few months after that, Maya Ford emailed Mayor Sly, quoting, "Hi there, Pops. I received the contract from Texas Central today. It shows that it's for 1 year. I recall you mentioned I should try to sign a multi-year deal." End quote. I think it's nice the mayor uses his Harvard legal skills to help his daughter's best friend work on her consulting deal with a company needing city help. I'm sure it's just a coincidence that Texas Central decided to pay Maya Ford $5,000 a month just as they lobbied to get the mayor to sign off on the rail deal. The late Trent Siebert of the Texas Monitor tried to ask the mayor about it.
Any other questions? Thank
You
you
don't
all
want
so
to
very
speak
much.
more to?
I'm going to refer you back to Wade Dutcherfrino. It's a very low-level employee.
What's your relationship with Maya Ford?
Quite frankly, you ought to be ashamed.
I mean, she calls you Pops. I'm just asking.
I'm going to refer you back to Wade Dutcherfrino.
Did you help her get this contract?
Thank y'all.
You have a wonderful day.
Mayor Turner, well, he just gives me that Sally Fields moment.
And I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me.
New emails we just looked at put our train investigation back on track. They're communications between Andy Icken, the Chief Development Officer of the City of Houston, and Michael Moore, the recently ousted boss of the Texas Central effort here in Houston. And they show the mayor's folks are focused not on right-of-way, but who's getting on board the money train. Icken gets an email from that very same Marvelette Hunter. Now she's the mayor's chief of staff. Quoting, "How are they coming with the MWBE participation plan?" Hours later, Icken wants to know the same thing from Moore. What's the status? The city will tell you they want Texas Central to give a big share of their contracts to minorities for diversity. Critics will tell you it's about the mayor's friends and supporters too. Days later, Moore reports back, quoting, "The workforce and business opportunity meeting yesterday went well. Jimmy Solomon also attended." Where have I heard that name before?
We found 16 taxpayer-funded tickets that went to the mayor, who, according to city records, then gave them to friends, political allies, and supporters. Hello? Same story for Jimmy Lee Solomon, the mayor's law school classmate and political supporter.
You may remember taxpayers bought Mr. Solomon a pricey ticket to the Super Bowl here, so he could hang out with his best friend, Sylvester Turner. That's how Solomon described his friendship with our mayor. In 2001, the former baseball executive even opened an RBI facility in town that's named for his law school buddy. Solomon told the Chronicle when Turner ran, he'd be spending a lot of time in Houston. He actually moved here after the mayor won election. Guess that explains his sudden interest in who's all on board the high-speed rail. We've asked Texas Central about the delays in getting the right to bring the train to Houston. We haven't heard back. But late in October, Moore tried to coordinate a meeting between the city and the design-build team of Texas Central. Late that night, Mr. Icken emailed back, quoting, "While I understand the need for technical discussions, I can only reinforce that this group will not be the one making a recommendation to the mayor on ROW usage." That stands for right-of-way. You'd figure by now the city would have already given its blessings. After all, the mayor had gushed about the high-speed rail.
And it will continue to put Houston out front where we always need to be.
We look at a lot of government emails, and sometimes they raise more questions than they answer. In December of 2017, take this one. Icken asking Moore, quoting, "Have you already done all the title work along the Hempstead Highway?" Moore responds, "Not sure if I understand the question." We know our mayor knows a lot about title searches because he ran a title company. His former law partner Barry Barnes is now making big bank on title legal work for the city's hurricane repair contract. Because we're the curious type, we've now asked Texas Central who's doing the title work on the Houston leg of the train. Haven't heard back on that either. We all know the mayor is having trouble picking up the trash on time, but don't you think, Mr. Mayor, we could try to get the train to town on time? Sure would kind of defeat the whole purpose of a bullet train if we all had to drive in heavy traffic out of town just to catch the train.